Yo, we're gonna talk about how you get rich in just 2 steps. 2, not 1, but 2 steps. You liar! You lying sacker! Watch your mouth. It's really just 2 steps, people. We're good.
What's up, guys? This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗏 e-com channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
Yo, all right guys, welcome back if you're new. Now, we're gonna be talking about how you guys can get rich in just 2 steps. And I'm gonna oversimplify a lot of things. So before you guys jump in the comments or leave me dislikes and say, you're a fucking tool, you're a fucking tool, you're lying. I'm not really lying, guys. There's gonna be a lot of steps in between what I'm talking about. But in general, it's just gonna be 2 damn steps, that's it, all right? Now, I'm gonna preface this with, words from my mentor, okay? Making money is very easy. Scaling it, very hard, okay? I did not understand it at the time when he told me. This was, like 8-9 years ago. My little mind at the time was just so focused on college and graduating and making money, I couldn't comprehend it, okay? And what he was trying to tell me is that anyone can go make money today. Anybody. They can go get a job at McDonald's, go make all the money in the world. Well, not all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying? And after that part, though, like, how do you scale that money? Well, if you're the fry cook, you're flipping burgers back there, unless you're the owner of that particular McDonald's, you can't really scale that money, okay? Maybe you start your own, burger joint and then hire people, and then you can scale that way, but you're not gonna scale that particular position, okay? Now, it's going to be taxing. There's going to be a lot of steps in between. You're going to have a very, very, very difficult time more often than not. And it's going to make you very, very cranky. But I promise if you follow these 2 steps, it's going to work for you every single time, like clockwork. Every person that I've met that's ever became a millionaire or multi-millionaire, they've all followed the same 2 principles, okay? And we're going to talk about them right now. Thing number 1 is probably the most important, and it's going to be focus on one thing. 1, see that? 1. Don't focus on the whole, not even focus, don't do the whole shiny object syndrome thing, right? Don't jump from drop shipping to Forex to options trading to whatever the hell else, week after week, because it doesn't work. You're not going to get really good at one thing. You're going to be spinning your wheels. You're going to take all this time to try to learn something and get maybe okay with it, and then that's going to fail and you're not going to be happy. You're going to go to something else because someone else is doing it and they're rich doing it and all this other shit, right? I want you to look at prime examples of people who have mastered their craft. They focused on one thing, all right? Look at my boy 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗥𝗘. 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗥𝗘, one thing. He is a Forex god, okay? 5 years ago, he was working at Target. 5 years later, he has an 𝗬𝗙𝗟𝗟 SV, a Ferrari Pista, an Audi RS5, an E92 M3. He has the Tesla. He has all these things. He makes a fuck ton of money with Forex, okay? People like my boy Matt Gambrell, drop shipper, professional drop shipper, just like I am, okay? My boy, Albert does Shopify. He's a Shopify drop shipping genius. He is, for all intents, a guru. He's one of the few people that can do $1 million on Shopify on command, all right? We're all experts at one thing. Now, granted, it kind of pigeonholes us into that one thing for a number of years, but we dedicate so much of our time to it that it's almost impossible to not make money with it. When you spend enough time getting good at something, you will make money with it. I went to college to become a software engineer, and I spent all that time, during internships and during, my first job offers, focusing on how to get good at that. And in turn, I was rewarded with a 6-figure salary because of it. All right, so I spent time learning how to get good at one thing, and there we go. And then, of course, the whole dropshipping thing, but I had already been doing it for a number of years. All right, you cannot do the whole, I'm going to try this and this and this and this and this. Now, you can do that up to a point until you find something that you like, but after that, you focus on that one thing. There's nothing else that you need to be doing. If you get good at something, you need to become great at it. And once you become great at it, you can use it to get to the second point. All right, first point is the most important, though. That is the most important, hands down. The second point, that's where the money comes in. But the first point, that's the most important. You can't do the second part without mastering the first part. Okay, so I don't want you guys to try all, you guys hear that? That thing's loud as hell. But I don't want you guys trying to do all this craziness and then, you know, not get good at anything or great at anything. Just pick that one thing. You know, so it doesn't matter what it is. Underwater basket weaving, you know, whatever. Just pick it, get really good, master it, and then you get to the second point. Let's go. All right, guys, so what is point number 2? What's the second thing that you need to do to get rich? And that is figuring out how to scale your money. Remember what I was saying before? If you're the fry cook at McDonald's, you can't really scale that money. You got a job, you're making money, but you can't really scale it. Once you get really, really good at something, how do you scale it? In the case of us, you know, me and my friends, how do we scale that money? We blew our stores up. We leveraged credit, you know, our credit cards, business lines of credit, whatever we could to continue to grow those stores. And then once we got really, really good and people started taking notice, you know, we started coaching people. You know, we coach people, you know, you guys know I have an automation service, all of these things. Once you get really, really good at something, you can leverage that skill set to help a lot of people. That's actually how you scale. You help people get what the hell they want. Typically, people want to make money. You help them make money, right? If you can help people make money and you're legit, you're not like these dudes like NXJ Marketing and all these trolls, drop shippers and all that bullshit, you can really help people make money. And in turn, they're going to be happy and they're going to reward you by paying you for what you know. So not only are you good at what you're doing, your stores are growing, your stores are booming, or if you're doing Forex trading or whatever, your account's booming, you're making $100,000 a week or month, whatever it is. Now you can show people what you know, help them get to that level, and help them grow, help them flourish. You know, come out with your own like auto trader or whatever, do whatever it takes. But I digress. And we're gonna get to that segment. We're gonna talk about how you keep scaling. All right, let's go. I'm gonna give you guys some examples of what I did in the process. Now, I didn't know that I was learning how to scale and all this stuff when I was doing it. I was just trying to figure it out. So when I first started tuning cars, I started tuning Hondas because that's what was available at the time when I was on base. It's not like we had a lot of money, you know, we're military. We ain't got tons of money to buy really, really cool cars like Evos and shit until we're a little bit later on. Now, when I was doing that, I was learning these skills. I was learning how to tune cars. I was learning how to do all this stuff. And then ultimately I was able to grow that into a business where I went from tuning Hondas to tuning Evos and STIs, GTRs, and making a lot more money doing so. Okay, so I went from making like $300, you know, per tune to like $1,000 per tune, you know, doing things like that. Okay, so it's really all about what you're doing to scale. It's just taking the skill set that you have and growing it into something more, growing it into a business. Okay, you're gonna go from having a little side hustle, a little skill, to growing that into a business. And that's what you want. That's what you're trying to ultimately get to. That's what you're trying to ultimately do. Okay, and you know, for other people, like, you know, you open a mechanic shop, you're really good at, you know, fixing cars. Well, you start doing things in your garage. You know, you start small, like a lot of people do, like Sheepy. You know, big shout out to Alex over there at Sheepy Race. Guy started off in his garage, you know, building out bomb ass, you know, works of art, you know, with turbo kits and, you know, for Hondas and Evos. And now they're doing twin turbo Gallardos and Hurricanes and R8s and stuff. And, you know, he started small, took his craft and scaled it and grew it. And that's what you guys need to look at. Anyone who focuses on that one thing, focuses on their craft, they master it, and then they scale it, it's almost impossible for you not to get rich. Like I honestly, wholeheartedly believe that. Every person I've ever met, every millionaire I've ever met in my lifetime, they've all gotten really good at just one thing in particular, and then they scaled it, okay? You don't necessarily have to do what I do, okay? You don't have to coach people, you don't have to mentor people, you don't have to do anything. You could start a detailing company, start, you know, washing your own car, people take notice. You start doing cars for a couple of people, and then how you grow that business. You start marketing, you start sharing your skill set on social media, and then more people come to you, you hire employees, boom. And there you go, now you got a full-blown business. That's how that works. You guys don't believe me? Watch. If you dedicate yourselves, I promise you it will happen. And if you don't believe me, you really don't believe me, we'll talk about it, and I'll show you guys how you can do it, okay? Now, we're gonna close this out right now. All right, guys, so now you know the two ways, well, actually the two things that you're gonna need in order to get rich. You know, I broke it down super simplistic. There's a lot of in between, but that's generally it. All right, get really, really good at something and then scale it. Really, really good at something, scale it. That's all you gotta do, okay? And I know it seems really difficult, but everybody's good at something. Everybody's good at something. I don't care if you know how to deep fry some chicken better than the next person. That's what happened with Colonel Sanders. That dude knew something about some 23 herbs and spices and that deep frying. And guess what? KFC was born, dude made money, made bread. I mean, he's dead obviously, but became a $1 billion business. Ray Crockett, old McDonald's thing, right? I mean, Started McDonald's, rich as hell. Okay, you figured out how to scale it, same as you guys. Okay, it happens every single day. Look at Alex from Sheep Race, look at Q, look at me, look at Matt, look at my boy Cody, you know, all of us, man. You know, Katie, you know, Katie Melissa, love you, girl. You know, absolutely love you. You know, she's like one of the few females in the space that's killing it. You know, Eat Sleep Amazon, you know, you too, girl. I mean, we've all figured out how to scale it. We've all started someplace small, and then we just kind of grew it, you know, to what it is now. And congratulations, here we are. You guys can do the same damn thing. If you guys have any questions on it, make sure you hit me up. All the links are below. If you have not smashed that like button, please do so. Go ahead, smash the smash, and then I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. So be safe, be smart. Catch you later. Peace out.